What's good, YouTube? David Sports Cards here, back with another video. Hope you're all doing well. Happy New Year, everyone. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but my first week of 2026 has absolutely flown by. So before I put off this video any longer, it's time to say goodbye to the year of our Lord 2025 in this hobby. And this is become a staple of the channel thanks to my good friend and yours, Hugo, over Signs of the Pastime, who did this as a VR a couple years ago, where he wanted to see your pickups from the year, and it really helps me reflect back on just how grateful I am for all this stuff that I'm able to pick up. And I say it all the time, they're all wants. Sometimes your budget's a little different, sometimes your time constraints are a little different. At the beginning of the year, I spent a lot of my time and money pursuing a new vehicle, and that cut down my hobby spending to almost zero. And I ended up year to date spending a little over 28% less on the hobby this year than I had the year prior. And I thought that this video might show that, even though I know some really big highlights that are some of my personal favorites. I had a great hobby year. I was worried that this video might feel a little flat, but I got everything out. I looked up my purchase history and dates, got everything out, put it in chronological order, and just as I have been the last 2 years doing this exercise, I was so blown away and so grateful for the year that I had in this hobby, with all you amazing people out there, and for my personal collection. So this has become kind of a love letter to my own collection. This is something that gives cards and pieces that should have had their own solo video a spot to shine. It highlights cards and items that might have been shown in a live or a video. It gives them a second life. It gives them more of a showcase. And it's also a piece of documentation for the year that was. And I can see year to year what kind of stuff I was picking up. And all of you out there can get a feel for what kind of things interest me in my hobby. So we're going to go chronologically, newest stuff to oldest stuff with cards, and then we'll have an autograph section at the end. I promise you, if you collect baseball, I will have something that interests or excites you throughout this video. I have all different kinds of eras represented, and I'm really excited to share with you. So without further ado, let's kick it off. This will be a longer one, it always is. With 2025 tops, I always get a smattering of the new rookies. Rookie cards are what jump-started my hobby journey, chasing the Daisuke Matsuzaka rookie in 2007. So I always end up picking up a handful of rookies that I like throughout the year. Carlos Narvaez, who ended up being a stud for my Red Sox this year. Really, really good catcher. James Wood, who was the only guy I bought from Series 1, had a really solid year. His second half, he slid, but his final numbers were still really, really good for his age. Bright future for the Nationals outfielder. Talking about bright futures, Nick Kurtz, AL Rookie of the Year. Absolute monster at the dish. 4 home run game. He is going to be a problem for years to come. Christian Campbell SP from Series 2. Now, this is my least favorite thing Topps has done in the last handful of years. Is people are excited for baseball to be back, so they buy Series 1. People are excited for the new uniforms and the call-up rookies in Update. Series 2 is harder to sell, so they started making some of the bigger name rookies that debut early SPs. And that is not just bad, because the base cards end up being way more than they should be for guys that have very little major league experience, but they also don't get the parallels. There's no Topps Gold of this, there's no Topps Black of this, there's no Independence Day. Any of the parallels that you like, these SPs don't have. So when this ends up getting named as the Christian Campbell rookie card to have someday, there won't be those parallels. But because Christian Campbell had a great first month, ended up getting sent down and struggling, had an injury, I was able to get that card that was originally selling for over $100 for like $25. And I'm willing to take the gamble at that price, but that is still 5x what I typically pay for these rookies. I usually pay anywhere from $2 to $5 for guys like Marcelo Meyer, who also has a bright future with the Red Sox. Cam Smith, who was the headliner going back to Houston in the Kyle Tucker trade, he had a really nice year. Cade Horton, one of the most overlooked guys. He should have been the NL Rookie of the Year, in my opinion. Front-end starter potential for Cade Horton. And closing it out, the guy who was closing things out for the Dodgers in the playoffs, Roki Sasaki, who another guy that got sent down but has immense potential, showed his electric stuff on the biggest stage. Still very young, still on a great team, still a great trajectory. Now, half of these guys I know are not going to end up putting together great major league careers. But the ones that do, I'll already have them. So I don't have to constantly be paying the actual superstar price for base rookie cards right after they've kind of established themselves. So I like to do that. I will get graded copies of guys who have established themselves. Paul Skeens winning his first Cy Young and having an ERA under 2 through 2 major league seasons is quite phenomenal. So getting a Paul Skeens rookie in the collection was definitely a priority this year. 2021 Platinum Anniversary, Paul Goldschmidt. These are numbered to 70. A little disappointing compared to the Hope Diamond for the 60th anniversary, but they still are very low numbered cards. This was a Christmas gift from my mom, Garrett Crochet, gold rookie from 2021. Very close to a Cy Young caliber season. He's a true ace, and he's still very young. Has a chance to be a Hall of Famer someday, but right now I'm just happy he's on my team. 2019 Topps Gold of Luis Arraez. This guy is so overlooked in baseball and the hobby. I really like him. 3-time batting champion already with, I think, a few more to go. This was another gift from my mom for Christmas. The 2019 Topps Pete Alonso Gold. Shout out Big Scott. Was happy to get this. I think he has a really good shot at 500 home runs. He is now a Baltimore Oriole, so we will see how he hits at Camden Yards going forward for the next 5 years. Final card gift from my mom, 2018 Topps Rafael Devers Gold Rookie. This trade ruined my summer, but I still love Rafael Devers, the player. I still believe in him as a Hall of Fame candidate, and I will still root for him the rest of the way, even though he was in the wrong for many things and the Red Sox were in the wrong for many things. So I got those 3 gold rookies from her. The golds do not stop, though. 2017 Topps Matt Olson Gold Rookie. Think he has a really solid chance of climbing the ladder to 500 home runs as well. 2016 Topps Gold Trey Turner. Trey Turner, we talked about it on Crack in Cooperstown. I think is the most overlooked Hall of Fame candidate that we were watching today in terms of the guys that are still in their prime. There's some guys that are past their prime, some guys that are not quite all the way in their prime yet. I think Trey Turner is extremely overlooked as a Hall of Fame candidate. I added the Corey Seager Gold, but I added the base this year. Corey Seager is another guy that I think is clearly one of the top 30 or 40 Hall of Fame candidates in today's game. An absolutely elite player while he's healthy. George Springer had a heck of a playoff run for the Blue Jays. He's one of the best playoff performers of my lifetime. Got his gold rookie. He went to UConn. Been a fan of his for years. Finally got the gold. 2013 Topps Manny Machado Gold. He is maybe the front runner now to get 3,000 career hits. He has a very solid chance of climbing the ladder to 500 home runs. He will be a Hall of Famer someday. He has grown as a player and a person, and someone that I have PC'd a lot harder the last couple of years. So I got his gold rookie checked off. 2011, the other guy who has a chance at 3,000 career hits is Jose Altuve. I got his Topps Update Gold rookie. Was stoked to pick this up. Altuve, they had him moved to left field for part of the year. They brought him back in the infield. He's just a Hall of Fame hitter. I know the defense isn't what he used to be, but Guy who has a really good shot at 3,000 hits, but even if he doesn't get there, I think is a slam dunk Hall of Famer. Started off the year, I think this was my first purchase of 2025. Got the Hope Diamond, number to 60, talking about how great these were just earlier, of David Price, who's a guy who IPC from this era, very, very overlooked, was one of the best pitchers in the game for a stretch there. I really enjoyed watching him pitch over the years. He ended up coming to my Boston Red Sox and bringing us a championship. Got his Hope Diamond, which is a card that had been on my list from that issue for a long time. 2008 Topps Updates and Highlights, Max Scherzer rookie. He pitched again in the World Series. I'm interested to see if he will pitch in 2026. I think he will. Already a Hall of Famer, 3-time Cy Young winner, multiple World Series rings, and 3,000 Ks. But happy to finally get that base rookie in the collection. John Lester, World Series hero and Red Sox legend, got his gold rookie this year. Was stoked to add that. Yadier Molina got his Topps rookie, which is a sneaky expensive modern base card. Ended up getting this for a good deal because it's a 7. If you've noticed, I haven't been saying the grade for most of these, but most of the slab stuff are not 10s. They're usually 7s, 8s, and 9s. Yadier Molina will be a Hall of Fame catcher. I have no doubt about it. I think him just having 2,000 hits alone and playing for one franchise with the defense is enough, but there will be some other arguments made for him as well to be in the Hall of Fame. Albert Pujols, I ended up picking up his 2001 Upper Deck, which has an amazing swing pose this year. Not as big of a year for Pujols, which was one of my lessons learned going through this, was his window is slowly closing as he is going to appear on the Hall of Fame ballot. So I need to get a few more Pujols cards that have been on my list before the prices start to get stupid again. New Hall of Famer in 2025, Billy Wagner, shout out Lou Rock TV, his favorite Hall of Famer, 1994 Bowman rookie card, ended up getting that in the collection after the prices died down. Shout out to Jake, Carlos Delgado, 92 Bowman, ended up getting that, prospecting him as a future Hall of Famer. I also got this lot of Chipper Jones at a flea market this summer, which was kind of a great random pickup. So I ended up getting the 91 Topps in a 9, the 91 O-Pee-Chee in an 8, and the 91 Bowman, which is considered his key rookie, in an 8. I got all 3 of those for like $20. I was stoked. They're already slabbed. Happy to add them all, of one of the greatest third basemen that ever played. And finishing this modern era stack before we get into the vintage, this is a big rookie card. The 84 Fleer Update Roger Clemens. I've been vocal about my thoughts about the Era Committee ruling and what it means for Roger Clemens as a future Hall of Famer, but no one can take away what he did on the baseball diamond, and this card is one of the few 80s cards that doesn't feel overprinted, that feels properly priced, and I'm very honored to finally own one. 84 Fleer Update Roger Clemens. They made about 10,000 of those sets, so the Puckett, the Gooden, and the Clemens sell for, I think, reasonable dollars compared to a lot of the overprinted stuff in the later 80s. Getting into the vintage section now. You might remember a video I did about a year and a half ago talking about a set that I had discovered, which was the 1978 Family Fun Center Padres of Dave Winfield. Beautiful wood border design, and I absolutely love the card. I found out that Family Fun Center made both Angels as well as multiple years of Padres cards. So I ended up picking up the 1979, which has the same kind of wood grain. It's smaller, it has perforated edges, and it has the Dean's photos across the front here. Still a really beautiful card. I think Dave Winfield is incredibly overlooked in the history of the game. Ended up getting a alternative rookie for Lou Whitaker, his 78 Burger King. Really, really happy to get this. I actually cracked this out of the slab on the Cracking Cooperstown edition of Hobby Palooza. It's the first slab I've ever cracked in my life, and I'll always have that memory with this card. I went to the Cranston, Rhode Island card show, as I have the past few years, and ended up picking up a few. You'll see them as we go through chronologically. wrappers. So this is the 1978 Topps wrapper with, I love the catcher gear on that one. 1977. This is an alternative rookie for Bruce Sutter. This is the Jewel Foods, which is a supermarket chain out in the Illinois area. I was really stoked to pick that up. The 77 Family Fun Center, which is black and white. It looks completely different than the 78 and 79 of Dave Winfield. I am still looking for the 1980 people. He is kneeling. It is a color photo, the white border. Please, if you find one at a local card show near you or through Net54 or online somewhere, please send me a link. I need it to finish my Dave Winfield Family Fun Center run. Speaking of 77, I got a Topps wrapper for that as well. I have a shirt with that design on it. Ended up picking up a handful of 77 Venezuelan stickers. So Greg Nettles, shout out Midlife. Bill Madlock, 4-time batting champ. Steve Carlton, one of my all-time favorite pitchers. Willie McCovey, and Tom Terrific. Ended up picking all those up out of the Venezuelan League group. Got great deals on those. 1976 Winter League sticker of Dave Parker with the Navegantes. 1975, I got not only the Topps wrapper, but the O-Pee-Chee. Cool to pick those up. I picked up a bunch of 1974 Topps stamps and a lot for this card. This is the Dave Winfield Topps Stamp Rookie. I was very, very excited to get this alternative rookie of Dave Winfield. 1972, this was my Christmas gift from my dad. He got me a Thurman Munson from 72. Guy that I just started prospecting recently as a future Hall of Famer. Did not have this card, and this is a beautiful example. Goes perfectly with my 72 wrapper, which is the final one of those. And 72 does not end because I got 2 of the Puerto Rican League stickers from the Winter League there. Orlando Cepeda, Puerto Rican Hall of Famer. And the first of many you will see from Frank Robinson, who has a really goofy 70s mustache on this one. I was able to pick both of them up throughout the year for below market deals. And there's a Mike Schmidt pre-rookie in that set. There's a Ron Say rookie. There's a few different guys who have cards, including Satchel Paige, who was also on that team. But those are the 2 that I mainly wanted as additions in my collection. 1971 Dell Stamps Sheet Dodgers, which has the Steve Garvey rookie on it right here. So an alternative rookie of Steve Garvey. Ended up picking up a 1970 baseball photo stamps with Carl Yastrzemski on it from that Cranston, Rhode Island card show as well. Got Yaz there. 1969 Jewel Foods. They did 77 and 69 Cubs. This is the Ernie Banks from 69. Really enjoyed this image, and it was just so cheap I couldn't pass it up. I've been showing off some alternative rookies. Few are going to be bigger than the 1969 Topps Super Reggie Jackson. This is a test issue set, very high gloss, and extremely great cards. They usually grade really high, and the reason I was able to get this Reggie Jackson rookie was because it got graded at 2.5. It has a few issues, but it still presents really well, as these cards always do. And I was stoked to pick this up on Facebook. Talking about cards that deserve its own video, Reggie Jackson Topps Super, absolutely love this card and wish it got its own video, but it's getting its time to shine here. Also picked up the Frank Robinson from the 69 Super set, capless, of course, but got my guy Frank. Got the CGC discount on that one. Picked up a 1968 AL RBI leader progressive proof yellow with Yaz, Killebrew, and Frank Robinson, 2 of my guys from Yaz's Triple Crown year. These are blank back. Progressive proofs have the one color, so there's like a magenta and a blue and a yellow. The yellow is the toughest to see, but the price I got on this, I could not pass it up with 2 of my all-time favorite guys on it. 1968 Topps Venezuelan of Veda Pinson, one of my Hall of Fame hills to die on. Clean back on that one. This was a birthday gift from Brittany. 1967 Dexter Press. Absolutely love this image of Frank Robinson. Did not have that one. Another huge alternative rookie, which is one of the themes of the year, you will notice, that I got because of my good friend and your Sammy Thunder. I actually gave this its own video because I was so happy about it. So so blessed that Sammy allowed me to make payments on this. He picked this up at the Shriner show with me in November of 2024, allowed me to make payments in 2025 to get the 67 Mets team postcard rookie of Tom Seaver. Now, Tom Seaver's rookie card is a high number from 67. It's very expensive. It was a lot more expensive than this is. This will probably be my Tom Seaver rookie example in my collection for a very long time, if not forever, because I don't know if I'd be willing to pay that price for a flagship 60s card. But for an oddball item like this, with a beautiful image of him in the stretch with Citi Field behind, not Citi Field, behind him, it's just absolutely Shea Stadium. Absolutely a blessing. One of my favorite picks of the year, especially because of the story of seeing him find it, working out the deal, making the payments, and earning this. I'm super, super blessed to have Sammy as a friend, and super, super blessed to have this in the collection. Talking about blessings of friendships, I already shouted him out earlier, and I should have waited because I have to talk about him a few more times. And that's Jake over at Legends Never Die. He bought this with the sole intention to make sure I got it in my collection. 1967 Topps Venezuelan Carly Yastrzemski. The back has the normal damage, but the front presents extremely, extremely well. His Triple Crown season and a card that's been on my bucket list for quite some time. Jake was able to get this at a good price, didn't charge me an arm and a leg over it, and helped me get this in my collection in a time where I didn't have hobby dollars when he got it. He held it for me until I had the dollars, and I was able to get it. So another blessing in my collection thanks to a friend. At the Shriner show in 2025, I ended up getting to meet Jim Palmer, and I had him sign his 1966 Topps card, got it JSA stickered. Was really, really cool to do that for such an affordable price. I hope Shriners brings in more people like Jim Palmer so I can meet them over the years for lesser prices than it will charge at Chantilly or the National or any of those TriStar shows. Was really, really awesome. He was super friendly, talked to everyone, took pictures for free. It was truly a highlight of my hobby year to meet the great Jim Palmer. So I got him to sign my rookie card. The Veni train keeps going for Yaz. I got his 66 Venezuelan. This one has much less back damage than my 67. Really, really awesome photos. One of his few that he's smiling, and really, really love that card. I also got his 66 AL batting leaders with Oliva, and I believe that is Vic Davalio. Yep. So he's in the middle there. This one has a clean back league leader Venezuelan with Yaz. Sign me up. I've been slacking on the O-Pee-Chee and the Venezuelan Yaz. Like, I have the Topps run, but I don't have all the variations. So I'm trying to be intentional, and when I see a good deal on one, I'm just trying to pounce on them. Frank Robinson got in on the Venezuelan fund too. I got his 64 Venezuelan, which have these beautiful dark black backs. Really, really love these. Clean back on this one for Frank Robinson. Frank Robinson also got his 64 Topps tattoo. Absolutely love these. These are pretty tough issues, not cheap. Got such a great deal at auction on this one. Could not pass it up. Frank Robinson, I think, is one of the most important players in baseball history and has become, behind Yaz, probably my most collected player over the years. Absolutely love Frank Robinson. The tattoo backs on these are fantastic with a blue. Really, really stoked to add one of these to my collection. I did not have any in my set, in my collection from that set, and now I have Frank Robinson, who's one of my number one guys. Showed off the Lou Brock from this set last year. I was able to score the 64 transfer at Billy Williams this year. Another guy that's just completely overlooked in the hobby. This is a really tough set, pretty low pop. Happy to get that. Alternative rookie again. Louis Tiant, Cons Wiener 65. Really stoked to get this. He should be in the Hall of Fame. If he didn't pass away, I think he would have got in through the Classic Era ballot last year. Really, really stoked to have this and prospecting Louis Tiant as a Hall of Famer forever, man. He deserves to be in. And this is a fun one from another cheap set. The East Hills Mall did a Pirates set in 1963. And this Willie Stargell, while extremely off-center, was $10 from my good buddy Michael, who's a local dealer around here. Ended up getting this in the deal from him and was super stoked to pick that up. We are winding down into the late 60s into the early 60s into the 50s now. Got 61 alternative rookie Manny's Land photo of Ron Santo. Really, really awesome piece there. A great image of a young Ron Santo. Manny's Land was a photo distribution in the early 60s, and the photos are gorgeous. Getting the Ron Santo rookie issue was really cool for me. Preferred Products made patches and premiums, and in 1960 they did Braves. Got the Hank Aaron, which is extremely rare. Mookie Shilson pinhole tape, does not matter. Just to own one of these with this beautiful image of Hank is a blessing. Got a great deal on a lot of these. Ended up getting the red Shane Deans from 1960. The 54 Spawn. And the 54 Eddie Matthews. Shout out Matt from The Card Story, who already had these, but was super excited at the deal I got on that lot. I did very, very well. Jake sent me this in our Never Ending Trade series this past year. The 59 Fleer Ted Williams All-Star Hero, which is my favorite card in the set. It's told by Ted Williams to be one of the greatest moments of his entire career, and I was super stoked to get this from a friend. I've always wanted it, just never really prioritized it. And from the Rudisil collection, he gave me this beautiful copy of the Bill Mazeroski rookie. I have 93 of the current 127 post-war Hall of Fame rookie cards checked off, but a few of them, when I was young, didn't realize how common some of the flagship top stuff was. Once I had one, I was just happy to have it, didn't think too much about it, and that was my example. My Bill Mazeroski was arguably my worst condition one. It was creased up. I probably would not have picked it out of a lineup if I knew a lineup was there. Happy to get this, and the fact that it comes from a great story from Jake in the Rudisil collection was really, really special to get this as well. I was originally trying to buy this, and then he sent it to me as a gift. Card that was on my 3-3 championship edition that I wanted to get was the 54 Dan D Monty Irvin. Absolutely love this card. Potato chip set. It's got the grease on the back. This is one of the few cards in the set that is not a headshot of a Cleveland Indians player. I love the photo of him with the bat. Monty Irvin is a super important player in baseball history, one that I like to collect. And this card specifically, I hunted for years trying to find a decently centered one. Now, this might not be 50-50 double D vintage perfect, but this card is very well centered for this set. And I'm absolutely stoked to have added it to the collection this year to check that box off. It was a card that I was prioritizing and was able to complete. My good friend and yours, Will Steff, sent me a care package earlier this year. Originally, he was just saying, hey, I have the Ken Burns baseball documentary digitally, so can I send you the tapes? I I said, hey, like, I'll pay shipping, whatever. He's like, no, like, if you want them, I'll send them to you. And he sent them to me, but he also attached a 1953 Redman Stan Musial to the stack. And Will has been so good to me over the years. I appreciate your friendship and generosity. This is really awesome. 53 Redman. Alternative rookie. This was a big one too because it basically completed my Minnie Minoso rookie card run. I got with the tab the 52 Redman Minnie Minoso rookie. Love Minnie Minoso, his story. He was someone that was one of my Hall of Fame hills to die on for years. He finally got in, unfortunately, posthumously. And getting this card is awesome. I'm probably going to do a video in the next couple weeks where I just show off his entire rookie run. And this will be one of the highlights, obviously. It's a really great condition one. I got it for a really good price. I was waiting out. These have kind of been all over the price-wise, and I really am happy with the deal I paid for this one. You haven't seen many Topps and Bowman cards that are just plain Topps and Bowman cards, but here you go. Adam at a Vintage Sanctuary. He has talked about this Johnny Mize card for years. I've always loved it. My grandfather loved watching Johnny Mize. The 3 bats there, just the big cat personified with the big smile and the bats. 52 Topps is a set that is severely underrepresented in my PC, and I was happy to add this Johnny Mize to the collection. Another thing that I've wanted in my collection for years, was able to buy these in a lot locally. Known as the 1952 Wheaties tray set. If you do your research, based on the marketing and everything, these are actually probably printed in 1950, but you've seen these before. The Wheaties trays, they were glued onto the back of cereal boxes before the cards were on there. Phil Rizzuto's in the set. This is probably the best condition one of the 3. Ralph Kiner. And the big one to me, because I can't afford the Jackie, is the Stan Musial. Now, Musial, Kiner, and Rizzuto were all in the 52 set, but Jackie obviously who's not. That to me already kind of raised questions as to why were these 52s. Based on the marketing and a great article, it appears that these were printed and distributed in spring of 1950. Now, it's possible that they still printed and made them or mailed them out in the early 50s as promotional items, but these are just absolutely gorgeous pieces of Americana. I've always wanted the Musial. I was able to get the Musial with the Kiner and Rizzuto for the price I was expecting to pay for a Musial, and I'm so stoked to own these. All right, here's the final thing to thank Jake for. Obviously, one of my biggest hobby memories of the year is flying down to God's country in North Carolina and driving across state lines to Alabama to help Jake look through and secure the deal on the Virgil collection. We spent pretty much non-stop 3 days doing the whole thing. It was a great hobby experience that I was proud to be a part of. And while Jake gave me a couple things out of the set, the most just impactful thing to me, and a card that was also on my Vintage Champion 3 and 3 as a card that I was trying to prioritize, is the 1949 Bowman George Kell rookie. This one is very well centered, very good color, clean back, and this card is something that I'd been looking for a long time and had missed a few really good deals on it. The fact that Jake was just like, take that with you, thank you so much, and to let me know if there's anything else that you want. I always will think of that trip. I will always think of that collection when I look at this card. And that trip was maybe a once-in-a-lifetime thing for me. as a smaller fish in this big hobby pond to be part of a big collection buy of that magnitude, of that unorganized chaos, and being able to hunt for diamonds in the rough. It was just truly, truly awesome. Got to see my good buddies, the Drew of Vintage Legacy, Jared Average Braves fan as well during the trip, and just really, really special. And some 1947 PCL popcorn cards of the San Francisco Seals. Hall of Famer Joe Gordon was the manager. Leo Kiley, who ended up pitching for the Red Sox, was in the set. And Jim Constanti, who won an MVP with the Phillies as a relief pitcher, was in that set. Got these in the vintage sales thread on Twitter. Really cool oddball set, super cheap. Minor league cards for the win. So those are my card pickups, but there is a stack of autographed items here as well. Definitely let me know in the comments below what your favorite pickups of mine yours was in the comments below. What spoke to you, surprised you, etc. But we do have a stack of autographs here to go. Ended up picking up a 1970 Venezuelan Ovenka Louis Aparicio. I love the image, but this one is Beckett certified with the autograph. Absolutely love that card. Was happy to pick that up. Got a jersey auto from Clubhouse Collection of Nolan Arenado, probably my favorite player in the active game, future Hall of Famer, 10 straight gold gloves, great power hitter. Don't care about chorus effect. I think with the Larry Walker and Todd Helton elections, he will be a Hall of Famer. And it's got a nice little pinstripe there as well. Number 25. Got this Rafael Devers patch auto, not too much before he got traded. This was number 50. It's got the stamp from a game where he got a hit in it. On-card auto from Museum Collection. So like I said, I will always love Rafi Devers, and I will always love this card. This was maybe the steal for me of the Shriner Show, which was the 1982 Larry Doby, already slabbed, for $20. Larry Doby is an extremely important historical player to the game. I did not have an autograph of his. I was waiting for the right piece or the right deal, and I could not say no to $20 for a Larry Doby auto. Already encapsulated and certified. Really, really awesome there. Also at Shriners, ended up getting this Joe Castiglione signed microphone that I have played with in a few videos already. Joe Castiglione, voice of my childhood, Red Sox Hall of Fame radio announcer. Really awesome guy, JSA certified. Was happy to buy that with my good buddy Mark Hoyle. We both got those. Speaking of another good buddy, Bradley Claus blessed me this year, and he sent me this amazing duel from Immaculate auto of Jim Rice and Carlton Fisk, which I believe is numbered to 49. Yep. So really, really appreciate you thinking of me, Brad. The Molina Heist of 2025 is very early 2025, but me and Shane, Shoebox Legends, we were having fun in the main room of the Cranston Card Show, but there was a few tables in the room over yonder. Shane had went in there a little bit. I just, for the love of the game, had to go through it, even though it didn't seem like there would be much for me in the room. Hunting, going through a box of random autographs and slabs, and there's this Yadier Molina autograph. Topps big design. Ended up getting this bad boy for $25, which for a Molina autograph is an extremely great deal. The guy was working out a deal or looking at some other guy's cards. I waited patiently, did not have a price. I handed it to him, asked him what he wanted for it. He thought for a little bit, said $25, and he handed it back to me. I pretended to think about it, brought my money out, and me and Shane walked away kind of laughing that I got this deal. And I'll always think of that memory, that great day where I met Shane in person for the first time and got this amazing card. Ended up having a few great patch autos added to the collection this year. I got a patch off my back, David Ortiz, 3-color. This one is, number to 50. Love these. I have the CC Sabathia from this set as well. It's really, really awesome. Great certification and a great, great card of the most important Red Sox player of my lifetime and maybe of all time with the culture that he brought. This was a birthday gift to myself. Added Iron Man, Cal Ripken Jr. on the 3-color patch auto here. This upper deck one is numbered out of 10 from Ultimate Veteran Materials. Cal Ripken, in my opinion, is the greatest shortstop that ever lived. I know Honus Wagner has an argument to be made, but different game of baseball. Cal Ripken revolutionized the shortstop position and is a truly inner circle all-time great. He was high on my list. Happy to get an autograph patch in my collection of him. These next two were also birthday gifts from Brittany. Got this Max Scherzer booklet 3-color patch auto from Gypsy Queen. Love the patch. Clean auto. Max Scherzer is, like I said, just a slam dunk Hall of Famer, and I was super, super stoked to add this little booklet. It's very skinny, comparing it to like another card. So very, very cool. When you pulled this, you probably didn't even know that you pulled it. It's numbered down to 25. Also got me this Hall of Fame Mike Schmidt pinstripe auto. Really, really great set here. I have the Yaz patch auto from this set, and there's just so many great names in here, and the color match with the red behind him. Just really, really great card of the greatest third baseman that ever lived. And this was my first purchase from Matt from Providence at the Shriner Show. Ended up getting a Archives Louis Tiant auto on a 1979 Topps card, so it's a vintage Louis Tiant auto. And of course, in the card, he is signing an autograph to a fan. Louis Tiant for the Hall of Fame. I hope you guys enjoyed the autograph portion. I hope you guys enjoyed the card portion. If you made it through all 40-something minutes of this, I really appreciate you. I hope to bring you some more videos and highlight some more of stuff like this when I pick it up, or more recently. I hope to highlight some things that I got before I got on YouTube. I hope to highlight some of that stuff throughout this year and just be more involved with this great community, because I truly missed it last year. I'm shooting to be in Strongsville this spring. I'm planning to be in Shriners. I'm planning to be in Cranston, and I'm hoping I can make a Philly show later in the year work. But beyond all that, whether it be live streams, pre-recorded collaborations, cracking Cooperstown monthly uploads, you're going to be seeing a lot more of me in 2026. And for those of you who watch this the day it is released, I will be guest hosting Hobby Hotline tomorrow, Saturday. And that's at 11 a.m. Eastern. I will leave a link in the description to the For Collectors channel where you can watch that. I'll be on with Alex over at ATC and Dr. Jim Beckett. So you'll be able to see us talk about a few different things in the sports and hobby world, and it's cool to get that opportunity as well. So appreciate each and every one of you. Hope you look back at your 2025 with just awe and love like I have, and I wish you nothing but the best here in the year of our Lord 2026. I'll see you guys next time.